Bob hung Homer's dummy on a rope to set a trap to lure the killer. Then they hid in the bushes to watch. Moe rushed over with a stick, beat up the dummy and quickly ran away. Just as they thought Moe was the killer, Selma and Patty suddenly appeared.
He's hurt. Go, go, go.
He's hurt. Soon after, more and more people arrived and launched a fierce attack on the dummy. A few days earlier, while Homer was alone in the sauna, a mysterious figure secretly turned the sauna temperature up to the maximum and locked the door from the outside with a wrench. Homer couldn't stand the heat anymore and tried to leave the sauna, only to discover the door was locked tight. He frantically pounded on the glass, but no one noticed him. Eventually, he passed out from the heat and collapsed on the floor. Luckily, Krusty happened to be passing by, noticed something was wrong, and rescued Homer just in time. Homer went to the police station to file a report. The sheriff believed this case required someone who understood the twisted mind of a murderer, so he took the Simpsons to a maximum security prison to enlist Bob's help in solving the case. Bart objected, saying Bob was too eager to kill him. The sheriff reassured Bart not to worry, he'd already come up with a plan. He had installed a stun gun on Bob's leg. If Bob had any strange thoughts, Bart could activate the device at any time. Soon, Bob came up with a good plan to lure the killer out. However, he never imagined that even Homer's best friends and family members wanted to kill him. Homer took Bob to a bar to unwind. Just then, the killer appeared, slipped a gun through the door crack, trying to kill Homer but failed. That day, a group of acrobats visited the Simpsons to inform Homer that he had been chosen as the Carnival King. The news was quickly announced. Bob warned Homer that this was a trap. The killer had deliberately stuffed the ballot box with votes for Homer, but Homer thought this was also a good opportunity to force the killer to reveal himself. Soon it was the day of the carnival. Homer stood on the float and began parading through the streets. Just then, Bob noticed something was wrong. The float was moving, but the engine wasn't making any noise. By the time Bob realized what was happening, the float was already leaking a massive amount of oil. He hurriedly shouted at Homer to get off the float. Only then did Homer notice that the brake lines had been cut. Homer careened toward the Swordfish Museum. Bob scanned his surroundings and spotted a cannon, used the cannon to launch himself into the sky. Just as Homer was about to be in danger, Bob hooked his foot under Homer's armpit and successfully rescued him. Just then, Duffman, who was piloting the hot air balloon, was shot and killed by the killer. Homer and Bob snatched stilts from some passersby and began chasing the killer soon.